got it. Okay, so thank you all for having me. My name is Tara Ingalls, like he mentioned, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about ways that you can market your business in quarantine, or once we get back to normal, hopefully we will one day, be able to market yourself in a way that will help build your business and bring in some leads in this very weird, precarious time. So a little bit about myself, I thought I would share. Oh my gosh, this is just not, I'm just having a heck of a time here. So you can see the full screen. Is anything getting cut off? No, there. Nope. Yay. Okay. So a little bit about my firm, Tingles Design. We offer logo design, print collateral package design, website design. We do a lot of work with small businesses, startups, nonprofits. We're also a really great resource for larger firms, like Ken said, that want to lower their overhead by outsourcing their design and marketing. Really great in that atmosphere as well. A little bit about my firm and how we might be unique in the market. We are celebrating our 20th year. We just did that on July 15th, and we've serviced over 1,100 clients. Our designers are given anywhere between 30 and 50 hours of professional development per year, which they definitely took advantage of in quarantine, to kind of hone their skills, learn new skills, stay up on design trends, and that kind of thing. So so we also have unrivaled turnaround. We offer all design for all of our work in 5 days or less, which is pretty unheard of. We offer hourly pricing. And then because we have more than one designer on our team, we have 3 plus myself, we do collaborative based design, which gives you superior creativity. So this is my team. Like I said, we have 3 full-time graphic designers. We have a copywriter, and then we have an account manager that is our traffic manager. She also helps our clients with printing and getting quotes in that kind of realm. So yeah, really missing my team right now, but we do our best to stay connected via Zoom. So we're going to jump right in, and what I'm going to ask is, just due to the interest in time, and I want to get through the slides really quickly, is if you have any questions and they're top of mind, just throw them in the chat, and then we'll go through the chat at the end of the presentation, and I will answer any and all questions that you have. I'm happy to do that and stay on as long as I need to in order to get all your questions answered. So,
Sarah,
okay. Yeah.
Sarah, the one thing, your slides aren't moving. I'm wondering if the start the slideshow isn't clicked.
Well, it's not a PowerPoint, it's a PDF. So you can't see the slide number 1 right now?
We see your Tingles graphic design and the title, and we have the first screen.
Oh.
For the participants, we apologize. We're having a little technical difficulty with the screen.
Well, I think you have to make me a spotlight video. So if you click on my headshot, and then the upper right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots.
Yep.
I
made you the host. There you go. Now we can see them.
All right. What I'm going to do is, instead of doing full screen, I'm just going to scroll instead. Okay. So you can see so you probably missed all these slides then?
Yep.
Oh, bummer. Okay. Well, we can also send the slide deck out to everybody after the meeting as well, so that you've got that as a resource. So
that would be great. There's your team. Yep.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to say is that, oh God. Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is not. Okay. So the first thing that I would recommend is to be seen as an expert in your field. So there are a lot of magazines and newspapers available that are looking for good news. They're looking for industry trends, and they're looking for unique perspectives on those things. So advertising in magazines can be very expensive, but a lot of magazines have something called an editorial calendar, which includes all of the different issues that they're going to be having, and then what they're going to be featuring in those magazines. So for example, this is a screenshot I got from the Brava editorial calendar, and they're going to be talking about home and garden in July and August. And then in September, October, they're talking about women in business. So what I'd recommend is to pitch articles to these magazines. And again, they're always looking for content to pitch articles. And then if you write the article yourself, typically you're going to get a bio at the end of that article, which is a great opportunity for you to be able to advertise your business. Or if it's an online article, they will link to your website. So it's a great backlink for search engine optimization. But if you can be seen as an expert in your field, you'll tend to learn, you'll earn credibility, and you'll be seen as, again, an expert in your field. Another way to also be seen as an expert is to do ghost blogging. So offering, again, another opportunity to write an article, send the article to these magazines, and see if they'll pick it up and post it on their blog. Businesses that have blogs on their website generate 67% more leads than businesses don't, according to HubSpot. So it's really definitely worth your time to get writing and get some articles out there. The second one is to nurture and create and nurture strategic partnerships. So for example, in everyone's business, they have a partnership, usually using vendors that have similar client lists. So for me, for example, we have a partnership with our printer, Wells Print and Digital. We do a quarterly newsletter with them. We do the design of the newsletter, they do the printing, and then we share the postage for that newsletter. So it's a great way to get information out, get in front of clients and leads that you normally wouldn't have. Another way to look at this is to develop masterminds groups. So to maybe purchase advertising together, purchase trade show booths together, again, when we can meet in person, to maybe get a Facebook group together or a LinkedIn group together. But think in your mind, who are companies that you typically send leads to outside of the scope of what you do, and try to nurture those and have meetings with them or coffee dates, whatever it is. Would really be a great way. It helps them keep that top of mind awareness of your business and what you're offering and what's going on in your company. All right, so number 3. So typically when I give this presentation, people are, they don't think of this because they don't think of their friends and family as potential clients for their business. And I know that working with friends and family can be a very slippery slope, but I think it's a missed opportunity because if you have news, for example, we celebrated our 20th anniversary, and I put that both on my personal page and my business page. And when clients and family or friends and family comment, it shows up on their wall. Therefore, other people that they're friends with can see those news posts. So this is a screenshot of my Facebook page, and there's a little community section there. And I would just encourage you to click on that invite friends when you're on your business page. Click on invite friends, and a pop-up will come up, and it'll show all of the different friends that haven't liked your page yet and the friends that have. And just go ahead and go down the list and invite them to like your page. And of course, if they're not following already, I'm sure they would be obliged to do that. So I would definitely recommend that if you are on social media. Same with LinkedIn. My brother, who's in human resources, with quarantine, ended up getting furloughed from his job, and all of a sudden was, he'd worked there for so many years, and all of a sudden was in a position where he had to get a LinkedIn profile. And the first thing he did was reach out to all of the family and friends, linked up with them, and started to build his network that way. All right, number 4. So a lot of companies are members of chambers of commerce. They're members of the Convention and Visitor Bureau, things like that. And a lot of times these organizations offer free or very low cost advertising. So these are 2 screenshots from the Middleton Chamber of Commerce. The first is them saying, hey, be our member spotlight. So this is free advertising. They're looking for members to, post a picture, talk about the news, things like that. And then also you can see they've got a little spot there on the very top of their weekly update. Now this is an ad that goes out every single week in front of hundreds of people that is very, very low cost. Things like this can run in the realm of like $25, $50, and you get 4 weeks of exposure. So it could be really a great advertising opportunity for an event that you have coming up, for a product or service that you're looking to launch, things like that. Plus, these particular organizations, their only goal, well, no, not their only goal, but one of their main goals is to make connections. So if there's a member that you are trying to get in front of, there is no harm to reaching out to the organizations and asking them to make a warm introduction. I'm sure they would be happy to do that. Another thing I would recommend is sponsoring an event. So I know there's a lot of golf outings going on right now. Doing whole sponsorships is a great low cost. I think those only cost about $100 and you get your logo right on the tee. You also are able to put items in goodie bags, which again creates good exposure. So I would recommend looking at sponsoring an event. I actually sponsored the Middleton Chamber of Commerce breakfast in March, and it was tremendous exposure. I think I got 5 minutes to get up in front of everybody. It was the last networking event I attended before quarantine, so I am missing my networking and my peeps at the Middleton Chamber, but definitely recommend that. They also, really quick before I let you go on this one, NARI, I just joined, and NARI has a huge network of organizations that they partner with to give you discounts on Office Depot, on purchasing healthcare, things like that. So again, research and review any organizations that you have memberships to, and just ask them to send you a list of membership benefits, especially if you've been a member for the organization for a really long time. The membership benefits might have increased that you haven't taken advantage of. So definitely look at that. Okay, so claiming business listings. And people say, is this really worth my time? And the answer is absolutely yes. So the main search engine that you want to make sure that your business listings are claimed and complete on is Google, Bing, and Yahoo. And then also you want to be on things like Yelp or any other, if your business is business to consumer, you want to be part of those those online directories. The main pro tip I want to give you here is that your address, phone, and email and your business name has to 100% be the same on every directory. Search engine optimization, especially with Google, they will be matching that address to your website for credibility and validity. So if it's not exactly the same, I would definitely make sure to get on that right away. I can't tell you how many missed opportunities it is for people not to claim their Google listings. This is what shows up in the listings when you search for a product or services on the right-hand side as part of the map. So a lot of times people think, oh, this is a website, or they'll go there for contact information. I can't tell you how many times I do searches and then click on website buttons right from this window. The other cool thing about Google business listings, and if you aren't sure if you've claimed it, go to business.google.com and you can set up an account using your Gmail and claim those listings. But one of the cool things that Google is doing is now offering in the little spot right there that's highlighted in red, Facebook-like posts and announcements. So you can post offers, discounts, events that you're doing. You can see the 15 ways that I advertise there. And what's cool is it shows up right in your listing. So people right away can see if you've got any events or promotions or anniversaries or whatever you want. So make sure that this is filled out 100%. It's definitely a missed opportunity, and it's free, folks. So definitely get in and do that. All right, so if you don't already have some sort of a client referral or elite client program, I would get on that, especially during quarantine. If for no other reason, to reach out to your top clients and thank them for their business throughout the years. We used to have, and we will continue to have, client appreciation parties where we'll host a little party at a restaurant or at our office, bring people in for food and beverage to just thank them for their business. It's a great way to get them into your office and get them in front of your products and services and your employees again. We have a 50-50 referral program. If you refer business to us and they become a client, you get a $50 credit and they get a $50 credit. This goes in, this little card that's on the screen right now goes into a folder that we give when our clients when our prospects become a client. And it's just a great way to build like-minded businesses. If they're happy, they're probably more than likely to refer you. And I would just, at the end of a good product offering or a good service, to send out a survey and ask people for introductions. If for no other thing, ask them for some social love, which we'll talk about in a second here. Oh, the other thing with the referral program too, I wanted to mention is that you could offer bulk pricing or discounts to people who are part of your elite client program. So another great way to get people to buy more or buy more often. All right, so how many times have you been stuck on the belt line or anywhere and you're bumper to bumper traffic and you start looking around and you see advertisements on vehicles? This is an exceptional, easy, low cost way to get your name out there. These are two that we did, Ohana Construction, we did the logo design for them, and they're on site in this picture and advertising to neighbors, to anybody who's driving by, that they're the ones doing the construction. If you don't want to, do the lettering on your vehicle, you can also purchase a magnet that you can put on the side of the doors or on the back bumper, and then it can be removed if you don't want to have it on all the time. But vinyl lettering like this is very inexpensive, and again, a great way to advertise your products and services. I would definitely recommend, if your name doesn't say what you do, have a couple bullet lists on the bottom. Like if I just put Tingles and my phone number on there, people wouldn't know what that is. But if I put logo design, website design, marketing, then people are like, oh, I'm looking for a logo design, and pick up the phone and call you. What I find is that people are taking photos of that. So what they'll do is they'll pull out their phone really quick, they'll take a photo of it, goes on their camera roll, and then they can visit it later. So turn your vehicles into a moving billboard, and I'm sure you'll reap the rewards from that. So how am I doing on time? Oh, I'm good. I'm plowing through this. I talk fast when I get nervous. So, okay. Number 8. So don't underestimate the value of a really sweet handwritten note. So in the electronic age where people are blasting emails saying thank you, they're quickly deleted. If you don't have stationery with your logo on it, totally fine. You can go to the dollar store, or even Walmart has, I noticed, I was just there this weekend, and they have sympathy notes, thank you notes, get well notes, and just blank notes, a box of 12 for $2. So you can't beat, and really good quality notes. Just quickly thanking them for their time, something you recalled from the meeting, or product or service that you purchased from them, and then include your business card. Thank you notes like this, like for me, I have a box of them on my desk. I cannot bring myself to throw them away, and so I have tons of them. But the other thing you could do is, if you see Madison Magazine or In Business Magazine, and you're reading through a magazine and you see one of your clients noted in here, rip it out, cut it nicely, fold it up, and put it into a thank you note and say, hey, saw you in the news, thought you'd like an extra copy. I can't tell you how many times this just touched my heart when people send me news that I'm in, sometimes that I didn't even know about. So again, if you don't have personalized stationery, just grab some note cards. If they're a quarter, 50 cents, throw a stamp on it, get their address, and mail it out. All right, so we're halfway through. I hope you're hanging with me. I can't see your face, so I don't know if you're sleeping, but hopefully you're not. Okay, number 9. This is something that I've done a lot of in quarantine, is be a guest on a podcast. So if you, again, are a professional in your industry and you want to get the word out about something that's new, or you're a business owner and you've had some trials and you want to talk about how you've overcome them. These are 3 podcasts that I was personally interviewed on. The Pathfinder with Barbara Schlafer, Authentic Business Adventures. If you don't know James Cademan, you are missing out. This guy wakes up with so much energy. Even on my best day, I can't match it. So, but he's really just keeps it engaged, offers great questions. And then the Shelley Show is another one that her motto is failing forward to success. So what she wants to do is interview you on something that happened in your business, or even personally, that you considered a failure, but then actually progressed your career. So those are 3 really great podcasts. And all you have to really do is just go out on LinkedIn and say, hey, I would love to be on a podcast. Are you looking for, for someone to interview? Be happy to do so. And the whole thing is done over your phone. So you don't have to have any special equipment. You don't have to have a special microphone, anything along those lines. You can do it from the comfort of your own home in your pajamas, folks. All right. Number 10, similar to that, this is a website, helpareporter.com. These are journalists that are looking for people to interview. So it's kind of like number 1, where you're being an expert in your field, but you can go on this website, put yourself in as a source, and what they'll do is they will email you daily, and it's a little overwhelming, but they will email you daily a list of articles that journalists are looking for on various topics. And then what you do is they have their contact information, you click on their contact information, and then you pitch your side of the article or your expertise. You'll want to cite your website and credibility, anything that you have that will support your credibility. And then if they are interested in working with you, they will call you or email you. It's that easy, and it's 100% free. So definitely look at that. These are also articles that once you are cited in these high-end magazines that you can use on your website or in social media to show your prowess and that you have been cited in the Chicago Tribune. How cool would that be? All right, number 11, staying in touch with clients and vendors. So Tingles, yeah.
Tara, can I interject a question before we get too far past? We just had a question that came in back on your slide about the biz listing, and they were wondering how do you or where do you claim that biz listing?
So if you go to business.google.com, if you don't already have so back when Google had Google Maps and Google Places, they have now combined everything into something called Google My Business. So your analytics for your website is on there. But if you go to business.google.com, and if you don't come up with an account, that means that you don't have a Gmail address listed for your business. So if you have a regular email that's like bob@abccompany.com and you don't have a Gmail account, you simply just have to create one. It's free. And what I'd recommend is just creating a business email that's like abccompany@gmail.com, and that becomes your Gmail account for your business. Create an account, and then once you create an account, then you can claim those listings. So it would be hard for me to do it as a tutorial, but I'm totally happy to do it via Zoom meeting. If anybody were to want to like reach out to me, and I'll have my contact information at the end, I can walk you through claiming your business. If you Google search your business and your listing comes up and it says, "Are you the business owner? Claim this business," that means it has not been claimed yet. So that's where I would start. And then if it hasn't been claimed yet, you can literally click that link, and then that link will take you through the process of claiming it. And usually it will be the matter of calling a phone number if you have a business line, or they will send a postcard to the permanent address of the business. And then once it's verified, then you can start adding content and changing the contact information, that kind of thing.
Thank you, Tara. And we had a comment back from Kennedy Turner that said it's very easy. He just did it, and it's in. So great.
You did it while you were on the phone. So I mean, look at that. You did it while you were multitasking. So good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend doing that. Okay, so number 11 is creating some sort of a touch program with your clients and vendors and family and friends that will help you stay in front of them. So like I said, Tingles has a 12 touch program. We have a quarterly newsletter that goes out 4 times a year. We have a monthly newsletter, email newsletter through Constant Contact, and they just rebranded, right, by the way, and their products are like super easy to use. And if you're interested in Constant Contact, I have a partner code that will save you $75. So if you're interested in Constant Contact, reach out to me for that. MailChimp is another email marketing tool. Again, very low cost. I think their entry-level products are like $30 a month. My one pro tip on this would be not to be salesy in these email newsletters. Be informative, showcase products that you've sold or projects that you're working on, but don't use it as an opportunity to be like $100 if you call now, things like that. People will immediately unsubscribe because they won't find value in it. What else does Tingles do? Tingles does a random mailer out to all of their current clients in the spring, just thanking them for their business. One year we sent out seed packets in mailers and said, thank you for your business. We hope you grow this year, being a little bit cheesy there. But that was a great mailer that we sent packs of hot cocoa out in December, just saying, hope you're staying warm. So trying to be creative with your marketing, and again, reaching out to people in a non-salesy capacity for that good top of mind awareness. I also wanted to mention Every Door Direct. If you have never researched Every Door Direct, this is a very good low cost way to send direct mail, pretty large direct mail pieces to neighborhoods that you're trying to get in front of. So what you do is you go on the United States Postal Service website, you choose the mail carrier routes that you want your mailer to go to. It spits out a number that you have to provide them and what the postage is. I mean, some of the postage is down to 19 cents per piece for an 8.5 by 11 size mailer. So, I mean, you could get a mailer this size into a mailbox. Maybe it's a neighborhood that you're already doing construction in, or lawn care or something like that, and you just want to let the neighbors know. You can choose that mail route, and what you do is you print the item, you design the postcard, you print the postcard, and then you go to the post office and deliver the amount that that carrier needs, and you pay for it right online. It is so slick and so inexpensive. I just can't rave about it enough. If direct mail is something you've never tried before, I would definitely take advantage of it. Again, because people are still home right now, getting their mail on a regular basis and paying attention to that kind of thing. So I would definitely look at that. And just search EDDM or Every Door Direct on Google, and you'll get right to the website link. And they also have the ability for you to design your mailer right online. If you don't want to hire a design firm like me, you can do that as part of your product purchase at Every Door Direct. Yeah, so that's that. Number 12, host a free class or webinar. Am I doing that right now? Yes, I am. So last I heard we were up to 80 people on this. So 80 strangers and people I haven't met, to tell them a little bit about you and your company and your expertise, share your expertise. So Zoom is a very low cost platform to do that. It's $14 a month, or if you purchase a whole year, I think they were offering 30% off. So like for $12 a month, you could host a free class or webinar, and you could talk about anything: how to stain your deck, how to plant a garden, whatever it is that you do best in your business and you want to get the word out. You could host a free class or webinar. Now, I am a huge fan of SCORE and did this particular webinar for all of the SCORE advisors. And then they were like, well, let's do it for our clients. I was like, absolutely. So, they did all the advertising for it. And so it was just a great way to, get my name out there and my headshot and my company name, that kind of thing. GoToMeeting is another one. I'm not familiar with that one. I don't know the pros and cons with that one, but I will tell you that Zoom is pretty awesome. You can do polling. You can throw people into breakout rooms for discussion. Very, very cool. Love it. The other pro tip on this is that you can ask them for a list of the attendees that registered, and then you can add those emails with their permission to your email list. Okay, 13. So if you are a business that offers pro bono or in-kind design services or products, absolutely, we want to support our communities, especially during this time. The one thing you could do in order to get a little bit exposure for that, because if you're like me and you're a service-based organization, you can't write those services off. So you can't even get a tax break. So I asked the organizations if they would just please mention me on social media. And if they use the @ symbol and they write your name, it will pop up my Facebook or my LinkedIn page for a hyperlink to those pages. So we have a part of our company called the Giving Tree, which is pro bono or very low cost design assistance. And in exchange for the work that we do, we ask them to please social mention us 2 times in exchange for that work. And it's free for them, great exposure for you. It also shows your commitment to your organization, nonprofit organization, and to your community. And again, it doesn't cost them anything except their time. Okay, so we have all probably been on a Zoom meeting. You're on one right now. You're getting more comfortable in front of video. Why not do video content and talk about something that you're very passionate about? So these are just 6 that I came up with off the top of my head. You could comment on industry trends. You could do a product demo. You could explain something, interview a client. Zoom gives the ability of recording the screen so you can edit it and upload it later. You could answer frequently asked questions, or you could bust a myth. Like, how cool would that be to be like, bust a myth about something in your industry? You could do these short videos, download them as an MP3 or an MP4. And then my pro tip on this one is to upload them in the native application in which you're going to promote it. So upload it to Facebook, upload it to LinkedIn, or upload it to YouTube there separately. So Facebook likes it when you use their tools. And so I would recommend that. You could also do like a series of did you knows. Did you know Tingles graphic design, blah, blah, blah. Did you know that, you know, whatever it is about your company, just do it. Just don't worry about the setup. Like, I wish I could turn my camera on and show you how goofy my setup is right now, because I just have literally a lamp with a light bulb. I took the shade off just to give myself a little bit more light. I've got a window over here, and I've got my laptop propped up on a shoebox. So it does not have to look super professional. You can do all of this in the comfort of your own home, or you know what? Go outside. As long as it's not a windy day. Talk about perfect lighting. Outside lighting is awesome for that. All right, we are wrapping up. And the very last one I want to talk about is Facebook advertising. I can't tell you how inexpensive Facebook advertising is at this time. The caveat is you got to get in at the ground floor, take advantage of it while it's low cost now, because as we know, nothing stays free forever. So this is a screenshot here of one of my targeted audiences. You know, you can get really down into the weeds of the demographics of this. You can choose age, you can choose men or women, you can choose a zip code, and then do a certain mile radius. For example, we're doing some Facebook advertising for a company that does really beautiful high-end kitchen tiling and floor tiling and bathroom tiling. And what we did is he had a couple houses that he did in the Viridian neighborhoods. So we basically pinpointed the Viridian neighborhoods and then did a 2-mile radius of the address in which he did that work. And then that, in addition to some yard signs and the Every Door Direct Mail campaign, boom, his work ballooned up with that 3-touch program. Again, really inexpensive, and it probably cost under $500 for all of that. You can also include some demographic information. You can choose whether you could choose by title. So if you're looking for chefs in the Madison area, if you sell like, you know, something towards consumers, you can choose pages that they're interested in, that they also shop on, that they're interested in. I just really can't. So I want to make a very clear distinction. This is not boosting. This is ads that are built in the ads manager of Facebook. So it's different than boosting an ad, which is sort of done kind of, I consider it like the dollar bin when you're on your way out of the store at Target, that catches you every time when you're just about to check out. That's what boosting does. It's sort of like that last minute, hurrah, let's spend $5 and boost this ad. Honestly, that $5 would be so much better spent going in and creating a targeted Facebook ad. So that is my last thing on there. I just wanted to say. So the other thing is that you can get an extremely targeted ad for $25, $50 a month, folks. So very inexpensive compared to multi-$100 print ads in magazines, which may or may not be your target market per se. And the best part is that you can see reporting on this, folks. So digital marketing gives you that instantaneous, whether or not people clicked through, whether or not they took engagement. You just can't beat that. And also in the ads manager, you can stop an ad if it's not working. So if you budgeted $100 and you get into it and people aren't clicking on day 3, you can cancel the ad and not spend your $100. So that's pretty cool. And again, it only takes 1 click to create a client for a lifetime. So think about that. So that's my last tip, folks. I hope you enjoyed them. If you have any questions or comments, again, I am an open book. You can reach out to me via my phone or email. Again, here's my Facebook link and my LinkedIn profile link. Really, I'm happy to meet with you. I'm doing 15-minute Zoom consultations. If you have a question, you can go to meetingwithtara.com and schedule a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me. And again, happy to give you any specific advice that you might be looking for in your particular business to help you grow during this weird time. That is my presentation.
Tara, thank you so much.